And then there were two. Perhaps the biggest news coming out of the epic 2017 tournament, which saw Australia edge out an incredibly committed and brave England by a mere 6 points, was not only the revival of international rugby league as a viable concept, but the representative retirement of Cooper Cronk. It was not entirely unexpected, but still the end of something special. With full-time sounding at Suncorp Stadium on Saturday, the Big Three are no more. Since they were spotty teenagers coming through the ranks at the Norths Devils in the Queensland Cup competition at the turn of the century, Cameron Smith, Billy Slater and Cronk have been joined at the hip. This much-vaunted troika have played close to 400 NRL, Origin and Test games together as perhaps the most valuable 1-2-3 punch in rugby league history. Spines have never been as slick or successful as this. Glory for the Melbourne Storm, Queensland and Australia has consistently followed the trio around. But finally it has come to a close. After the Kangaroos pipped the Palms in the final, Cronk announced that his days in the green and gold, as well as the maroon, are no more. There's probably two reasons for it, the playmaker said. 1, I've had one hell of a run. I never thought any of this was even possible in my wildest dreams. A kid growing up 20 minutes from here on south side of Brisbane. I never knew, thought or hoped that I'd play this amount of rep football. I think it's time for someone else to grab a couple of those memories and those moments because I've had my fair share. That game tonight was test match football at its best. It's fitting to finish the 2017 World Cup here at Suncorp with that game as my last. Successfully defending the World Cup they won in the UK in 2013 and becoming the first Australian side to win the Paul Barrier Trophy on home soil in nearly 4 decades was certainly some way to go out. While Smith and Slater are expected to go on next year and play representative football, though Slater has hinted at possibly hanging up his boots, it won't be the same, not without the diminutive third wheel who had to wait longer for his chance at the top. Kangaroo skipper Cameron Smith didn't need to be reminded of the special bond he holds with Cronk and Slater. I've been playing with those guys since 2001 when we were kids, he said after the final. It's always special to be able to run out with those two guys, we've been together since we were 17. It's been a very long, very enjoyable and successful career that we've shared together. There's been some lows in the careers of ours, but very much outweighed by the highs, and this is most definitely one of them. To be able to wear our country's colors on home soil and lift up the World Cup trophy, it doesn't get much better than that. With the mercurial Jonathan Thurston also calling time on his representative career earlier this year, these are interesting times for both Australia and Queensland. Considering both Smith and Slater turned 35 in 2018, the clock is ticking. At most, the pair have 2 seasons left in them.